So this is Mr. Miles coming at you again, 6th graders. I'm going to be going over what we learned today, and that is the second part of bacteria. And there's just a few concepts that we need to clear up that we weren't able to fix in the first one, so I'll go over it. One of them that I don't think that I put in there was cellular respiration. And what cellular respiration is it's the thing that keeps your cells alive. Cellular respiration, simply all it is it's cells making energy. And so how they're doing this is they're just breaking down materials. So they break it down into simple components that the cells can use to make energy. Now remember, this isn't like metabolism, which is how fast or slow something builds up or breaks down materials. This one is just breaking down things in order to make energy. And your cells need to always be doing this, because if your cells aren't doing this, you are declared dead. So that was one definition that I needed to cover really quickly, and then we're going to get into the role of bacteria in nature. So role of bacteria. So the first one was oxygen production. Like you guys know, there are 3 different ways that bacteria can eat. One of the ways is being a heterotroph, it eats other organisms, or it can be an autotroph, where it either performs photosynthesis or it'll use chemicals in order to make food. And so photosynthesis, as you guys know, produces oxygen. And we're used to oxygen thinking that it comes mostly from plants. But actually quite a bit of the oxygen that we get actually comes from bacteria. So if that bacteria wasn't there, our oxygen would actually be quite toxic and we could die from it. Now, another part of bacteria is it's also involved in food production. If you like yogurt, bacteria makes that. If you like cheese, bacteria makes that. Without those, you wouldn't really have it. And yogurt is just, as gross as this may sound, it's a lot of culture of bacteria. Now, sometimes we get bacteria that's actually bad for us, and we need to clean the bacteria out. And that's where we come up with something called this, pasteurization. Now, what pasteurization does is it uses heat to kill bad bacteria. When you guys are drinking milk, in order that we're not sick, is it'll superheat the milk really quickly, and then it cools it down. But when it superheated it, it actually killed all the bacteria. And somebody asked today, well, does that mean that does it remove the bacteria, or does it just kill it? Fun little thing, it just kills it. So when you're drinking milk, sometimes you're drinking dead bacteria. But it's not harmful to you, so whatever. I mean, you eat grosser things. You should really look into what goes into a hot dog. Now the next one is health and medicine. Bacteria is used a lot in health and medicine. It's also really important because, remember, you have some good bacteria that will fight off bad bacteria, bad microbes. And actually, scientists, and this is a little fun thing that we actually didn't learn in class, scientists actually have learned how to program certain bacteria to perform certain behaviors. So let's say they want your cells to get a piece of DNA, and they're still working with this. I don't know of any studies where they're actually using this on humans, but still in the testing stages of, let's say there's a genetic disease because there's something wrong with your genome, or there's something wrong with a specific set of cells. And I think they're even trying to use this for cancer, is they can actually program bacteria to go into a cell and change certain things around. They have the bacteria almost act as like a virus, going in there and swapping out any errors or something wrong with that cell, or even attacking cells that they don't want to be there anymore, in order to help the person become healed. And you can actually go online and look up more stuff on health and medicine and how bacteria is interacted with that, because it's actually really awesome, just the kind of crazy stuff that scientists can do. And maybe someday one of you guys will be doing that and you'll cure cancer, and I'll say thank you, because I'll be old and I'm not that smart, so I need you guys to do it. That's why I teach you. The last thing I want to talk about is environmental recycling. Now the thing with bacteria and environmental recycling is they play an extremely important part. There was a thing I was talking about today, where is if you have it, oh, there we go. If you have a tree and you want to feed that tree, you can't just throw banana peels, you can't just throw paper at it and say, tree, eat. No, what actually has to happen is you have to get bacteria. Bacteria will break it down into its simplest forms, And then when it does break it down into its simplest forms, the tree can actually use those nutrients. Because when you look outside and you see those trees aren't the first trees to actually be there. But they actually do rely on bacteria. So when a tree dies, falls, hits the ground, or when its leaves hit the ground, it relies on that bacteria to break that down, to turn it into nice, fresh dirt. And then when it has that nice, fresh dirt and all that fertilizer in it, then it can help feed and give nutrients to these trees. So bacteria, as dangerous as it can be and all the terrible roles it plays, it actually can play some very important roles and really help out. Now, this kind of bacteria that's going into making this new fresh soil, this new fresh dirt, these are all called, and it's a vocab word, decomposers. And I really hope that when you guys are watching these podcasts, you guys actually have your books open, you have it open up, so that way if you come across a word and you go, oh, that's a vocab word, you make sure that you know the understanding. You pay really close attention when that comes up. So, again, this is Mr. Miles. That's the end of my podcast. Like always, feel free to email me if you have any questions or any special requests for podcasts. I'm also accepting special requests for anything dealing that could possibly be with your science project if you don't have time to come and talk to me at school, because I really like researching this stuff. It's a lot of fun. So until next time, you guys take care, and I will talk to you later.